This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, a 40-year-old Dunedin ultra-distance runner has set himself a further challenge. Volunteers are hard at work preparing for tomorrow's Daffodil Day Street appeal. And a wearable arts event in Invercargill showcases a forest and bird theme with designers from the mental health sector. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Daryl Baser. He refers to himself as the village idiot of Dunedin's running community, but Andrew Glennie is deadly serious about his latest race. The 40-year-old ultra-distance runner intends to run the gruelling 100 kilometres Northburn 100 event in central Otago with a petrol-powered lawnmower strapped to his back. Putting his back into it and his best foot forward, and he plans to run 100 kilometres with a lawnmower on his back. Andrew Glennie's run that distance before and says it was a bit tough.
I did the 100 mile race a couple of years back, and that sucked.
He's New Zealand's 2017 24-hour running champion, and these days can be seen every Saturday doing Dunedin's park run at the Botanic Garden with a 20 kg lawnmower.
I don't know of anyone else that's done a park run with a lawnmower on my back, so if I figure, if I'm the only one, I've got a world record right there.
Having many years of distance running under his belt, Glennie says running can be kind of boring, so he's setting himself this challenge to make it more fun. He's no stranger to having fun and doing things others might find a bit silly. Here he is in 2002, playing guitar in a band called The Anals, being hit on the head by an audience member. He generally lives a quieter life these days, apart from running really long distances with a lawnmower on his back. He's even been known to use the lawnmower for its actual purpose.
And so how are your lawns at home?
Yeah, they're getting a bit long actually. So they probably do a good mow. There's probably a few dog landmines hidden in the grass there as well.
He also plans to take part in other races this year with the mower, including Crush the Cargill. And he says once he sets his mind to doing something stupid, it's hard to talk himself out of it. In Dunedin, The South Today. The Waitaki District Council is going to take immediate steps to stop red-billed gulls nesting in Oamaru's central business district. Drone monitoring of Thames Street rooftops began last week and shows the birds are gathering material to make nests for this season. Because the gulls are protected, business owners are prohibited from removing formed nests. The council is recommending work begins to create a temporary site at Cape Wonbro, which will be transformed to look like a bird nesting site. Last year, 900 red-billed gulls nested on top of the local Countdown supermarket. DOC has allowed the company to prevent birds from nesting on its building again. Volunteers are hard at work preparing for Daffodil Day tomorrow, when many thousands of daffodils will be sold to raise funds for the Cancer Society. 50,000 blooms are being bundled into saleable bunches in the Otago Cancer Society's rooms by people from all walks of life wanting to lend a hand. Nimble fingers giving a helping hand to the Cancer Society, as people from all walks of life give their time helping prepare blooms for sale at tomorrow's Daffodil Day appeal.
We get no government funding, and so every dollar that we spend in Otago and Southland, we have to raise it in Otago and Southland. Daffodil Day raises about 15% of our funding for the year, so it's vitally important for our services.
Chief Executive Rachel Hart says the Society is hugely thankful to the volunteers who give their time to help.
Look, we are so lucky with the support that we have from our community. For Daffodil Day, we have about 1,500 volunteers across Otago and Southland who come together to bunch daffodils before the day, sell them on the day, help us count money afterwards. It's a fantastic event. We couldn't do it without them.
Today's volunteer crew includes a couple of well-known Dunedin people, along with a group of students from Otago Polytechnic, including Liam Smith.
I guess it's just for a good cause. It's just people who have passed away, cancer. It's just great to volunteer to do something like this.
Rachel Hart says Daffodil Day is about three things: remembering those who have passed away due to cancer, about hope in creating a future through research into cures, and providing support for people going through a cancer journey. Collectors are set to be out selling daffodils during the day tomorrow. In Dunedin, the South Today. Highlander Aaron Smith has 2 reasons to be happy after his partner gave birth to their baby son at Dunedin Hospital yesterday, the same day he was selected for the All Blacks World Cup squad. Smith and his partner Tegan Vojkovic announced the news on social media today, with Smith posting an image of himself carrying his baby down a hallway in the hospital. Vojkovic shared the baby's name in an Instagram post, writing, "Welcome to the world, beautiful boy, Luca Fox Smith." The pair announced their engagement this March while Smith was on an injury break from the Highlanders. A wearable arts event in Invercargill yesterday featured a forest and bird theme. The event was hosted by Able Southern Family Support for people with mental illness, their friends and families.
Dressed up in the theme of forest and bird, the number of people entering this year's wearable arts competition was up from last year's inaugural event.
It's 14 entries, which is up on last year, and they're judging on creativity, the use of the theme, the involvement of people, how they presented it, their costume and what it's made of. So just using general creativity and having fun.
The day also included a number of musical interludes between the models' walks. Hosted by the Southland branch of Able Southern Family Support, the organisation gives much needed support to those helping other people with mental illness.
So we run a support group so that people who are supporting their own family member who may have a mental illness, and we support the families or the work colleagues or the wider whānau or the flatmates of people who have a mental illness. And so we have a gathering monthly.
Costume materials varied, the range including bark, newspaper, cardboard and feathers, with the emphasis on having a good time.
Oh, it's fantastic. They're all loving it. You can hear all the applause and people laughing, and the people who are the models are really enjoying themselves. Yeah, it's great.
The event drew people from as far afield as Oamaru, Dunedin and Queenstown. In Invercargill, the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today, a 4-wheeled rival could be set to challenge Lime scooters in the e-vehicle hire market, and Global Insight looks at Boris Johnson and Brexit. See you after the break.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
At Alex Campbell Menswear, we bring you the best value. We have bought a massive selection of moleskins, and we're passing on the savings to you. Buy 1 pair, save $25. Buy 2, save $60, and we have a great deal on our knitwear. Look at it all, 25% off all our knitwear. And to go with the knitwear, what about a nice warm shirt? These are 25% off too. And while we're doing the 25% off, what about on the jackets? 25% off them as well.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
So check us out for massive savings this winter.
You've seen us in the street, now find us online. Check out shopon.org.nz. We have all sorts of treasures, from retro and vintage clothing to antiques, homewares and accessories. New items added every week. We're open 24/7.
Step into Shop on Carroll and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 17 years. New doors, replacement doors and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
If you're suffering from sciatica, lower back pain, hips and pelvis and knees, this technique will work wonders for you. The energy flow is transmitting through the muscles. Come and see Sunny Chin.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
No mai no. Welcome back. A startup e-car sharing business is planning to expand into Dunedin. The brainchild of former Fleet Partners manager David Jenkinson and online retail specialist Kirsten Corson was launched in Christchurch last year with 100 Hyundai and BMW EVs. Yugo Share claims to be New Zealand's only pure electric car sharing scheme and says it answered the call for a car version of Lime scooters. In its first year of operation, the company has grown to 3,000 subscribers. The company says it's had promising conversations with the Dunedin City Council about operating in the city. Otago University International Relations expert Professor Robert Patman says the ongoing crisis in the United Kingdom and the evidence of illegal activities connected with the Brexit are making the UK look like a banana republic. In the latest edition of Global Insight, Professor Patman tells ODT journalist Bruce Munro the move by Prime Minister Boris Johnson is a desperate gamble to hold on to power.
There's been an extraordinary development in British politics. Some are even calling it a coup. Welcome, Robert.
Good morning, Bruce.
Can you bring us up to speed on what's happened?
Well, in the last 24 hours, Mr Johnson, the Prime Minister of the UK, asked the Queen for what's called prorogation of the Parliament, or suspension of the Parliament, for a month. And this has caused considerable controversy. Mr Johnson has said it's just consistent with constitutional practice. He wants to give what's called a Queen's speech in mid-October before Brexit. Remember, he has insisted that Britain has to leave on the 31st of October. He says he has a full legislative programme. Now, normally, this process of suspending Parliament is not as long as he's envisaging it. He's envisaging it to be a month long. And given the gravity of the situation in the UK is facing a major crisis at the moment, and opponents are saying this is an abuse of power and it's constitutionally outrageous. It's not just opponents saying that, by that, it's people in his own party are saying that. And it basically seems like a barely veiled attempt, which he has warned he would do. He knows that he can't get support in Parliament for a no-deal Brexit, and this is a way of circumventing it. By the time they reconvene Parliament, there'll be less than a week to discuss the prospect of stopping it. And this is an attempt, I think, to preempt the possibility that what we're seeing in recent days is the major opposition parties working together to stop Brexit. So it's an attempt politically to ram through a no Brexit through Parliament.
Suspending Parliament to achieve your goals doesn't sound very democratic. How unusual is this, and how concerning is it?
Oh, it's very unusual. I mean, I think there's no precedent for this. And unfortunately, and we've had these discussions before, Mr Johnson and the people around him are have allegedly already broken the law in going vote leave during the 2016 referendum. And as he put it, he was going for broke. So from Mr Johnson's point of view, it is a huge risk. It's a very dangerous situation in the UK. and we had almost simultaneous protests throughout, not just in London, but in Wales and in Scotland, against what some people are characterising as a coup. That is an exaggeration, by the way. It's not a coup. Previously, this technique of suspending Parliament in order for the government to prepare its legislative programme and then ending that suspension with a Queen's speech has been done. But what is really striking is the context in which this device is being used this time. Britain is facing the worst economic and diplomatic crisis since 1945. This is the very time that Parliament should be sitting. And why is the Prime Minister of the day worried about that prospect? Because he knows there's no majority in the British Parliament for what he's proposing to do. So he's basically exploited a constitutional device to extend his political power. The really big danger, I think, internationally, is that even if he pulls this off, he won't be able to get a free trade agreement with the EU, because the EU leadership has warned in the last 12 hours that they view this as a sinister development which is designed to thwart the will of the people and their parliamentary representatives. And this will only complicate any relationship between a post-Brexit Britain and the EU. The fact that Mr. Trump is supporting Mr. Johnson's action will not necessarily legitimise it in the eyes of many British people.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. Catch us next time on Global Insight. Ka kite anō.
After the break on the South Today, air traffic numbers continue to soar at Queenstown Airport, and we'll have a look at the weather heading towards the weekend. See you after the break.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality, stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 17 years. New doors, replacement doors and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team.
Hi, Lindsay here from Alex Campbell Menswear. We're having a massive menswear liquidation. Don't panic, it's not our liquidation, it's Munns Menswear. They suddenly closed 6 stores throughout the country. Munns have left their suppliers dangling and desperate to move large orders. We've come to the party. It's our biggest purchase yet. You can save up to 70%. Yes, save up to 70%. We've got strictly limited stocks at the best deals.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
It's a big one. South Dunedin store. Don't miss this.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
If you're suffering from sciatica, lower back pain, hips and pelvis and knees, this technique will work wonders for you. The energy flow is transmitting through the muscles. Come and see Sunny Chill.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. For a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
You've seen us in the street, now find us online. Check out shopon.org.nz. We have all sorts of treasures, from retro and vintage clothing to antiques, homewares and accessories. New items added every week. We're open 24/7.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Thanks for staying with us. New figures have come in showing flights to and from Queenstown Airport continue to increase. Domestic traffic at the airport has grown by 1% over the past 12 months, and international traffic is up by 12%. More than 220,000 passengers went through the airport during July. The total number of passengers through Queenstown Airport during the last 12 months is over 2.25 million people, an increase of 8% on the previous year. And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. A 40-year-old Dunedin ultra-distance runner has set himself a further challenge to run 100 kilometres with a 20 kg lawnmower on his back. Volunteers are hard at work preparing for tomorrow's Daffodil Day appeal, where many thousands of daffodils are to be sold, raising funds for the Cancer Society. And the Wearable Arts event hosted by Able Southern Family Support was a fundraiser for people with mental illness and their supporters. Time now for a chat with Hayden Meikle for a look at what's happening in the ODT. G'day Hayden.
Good evening Daryl, how are you?
Oh, good.
Very good. Well, we start with this lovely photograph here. It's one of these heartwarming baby stories which everybody likes. This is Yasmin Taylor and Dylan Anderson. With their little bundle of joy. I'm not sure I think it's a girl, has a name yet. But a great story about an unexpected method of delivery. The baby came at home and came very fast. So it's a really nice story. People are going to love seeing that on page 1 of tomorrow's ODT.
Glad they got the hat ready. The hat is great.
Lovely little hat, great little hat. Cold day too out there, so good to get the beanie on. What more have we got? Polytech news, look, it just rolls on. We've got Phil Kerr from Otago Polytech. He's coming out strongly again, saying he believes bad democracy is at case here. There's been some backtracking. It looks like there's been some backtracking around the wording over whether politics will have any chance at all of retaining their autonomy after 2 years. So another significant story on that issue. Oyster season. Now, I don't know about you, Daryl, but I can't stomach the things, but lots of people love them. Let's face it.
Fabulous.
Season's coming to a close, and it looks positive. Skippers are reporting to us today. Signs of a very healthy breeding season, which is positive, and very low signs of disease that has affected the oysters in the past. So that sounds great for obviously our friends down south. Smoking. The Otago Museum is taking a smoking ban a step further, 3 metres further in fact. They're looking at creating a bit of an exclusion zone around the museum of 3 full metres. Here I say, let's have that everywhere. And the All Blacks, some All Blacks are in Queenstown today, including the big dog himself, Captain Kieran Reid. So we had a bit of a catch up with him. Our Guy Williams up in Queenstown had a catch up with KR just a few weeks out from the Rugby World Cup. So all that and more in the sports section and in the rest of the ODT tomorrow.
Brilliant, thank you Hayden. Yes, a big read for many. Cheers.
Thanks, Daryl.
Time now for a look at the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Beginning with today's southern view of a quiet day on the tracks at Dunedin's railway station. Looking at the situation, heading into the weekend, expect moderate to strong westerlies, bringing showers to the south coast, but mostly fine with gusty winds for other places. Starting off at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport can expect a cloud or two and 12 degrees. Across to the northeast, where Nelson and Blenheim are due for a blue sky day and 15. Moving down to Canterbury, Kaikoura, Christchurch and Ashburton, you're all in for a fine day and 13 degrees. Looking at what's in store for the southern towns, cloudy period and the odd shower with westerly winds across the region. Balclutha, the Catlins, Lumsden and Gore, you're all heading towards 11 degrees. Travelling westwards to the Central Lakes, you should plan for partly cloudy skies with light westerlies. Wanaka and Queenstown, you can expect 11 degrees. Alexandria, you're the pick of the bunch on 13. And plan for rain later in Te Anau, where your top temperature should be 10 degrees. Looking at the northern towns, along the coast, Timaru and Oamaru should expect light winds, clear skies and 14 degrees. Further inland, Twizel and Omarama are set for moderate westerlies, fine weather and 13 degrees for you both. In Dunedin, cloudy tonight with an overnight low of 7, fine tomorrow with long sunny periods and some light cloud, a high of 16 and a low of 5. Saturday should be fine with clear skies, a high of 14 and a low of 6. And finally, moving to Invercargill, showers expected tonight with westerly winds and an overnight low of 6. Westerly winds remain strong and gusty tomorrow, bringing showers and cloudy skies, a high of 10 and a low of 6. Showers on Saturday with gusty strong winds from the southwest, a high of 13 and a low of 4. That's all from the South Today team for this Thursday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Have a great evening. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.